A huge shout out to VRWave for sponsoring and supporting this channel. They do produce the best lens inserts that I've come across for a full range of VR headsets that include HTC, of course Pimax, which you're looking at right now, as well as the Quest, Valve, PSVR2, you get the idea. And the great thing about lens inserts is they help keep your lenses free from scratches, but also they do account for astigmatism if you're nearsighted or farsighted. And with blue light filters, they also help combat motion sickness and insomnia. So make sure to check out my 5% discount in the description below.
Hello folks, welcome to a full flight using the PS5 Pro PSVR2 native release of MSFS 2024, and I'm using the controls as well. I thought, why not, before this console goes back, and thank you so much to Gary for this loan, which I've had it for ages now. I thought, why not try a full flight, which I haven't really done yet apart from just doing some tests, to see how it feels. I'm sat on my sofa, I'm surrounded by dogs, so straight away that feels great, you know. Rather than just being in the motion rig and it all being serious, I'm just sat here on the sofa, which I do really like. Now, I'm not going to go on too much about the image quality. I'll probably talk about it a bit, I can't help it, you know what I'm like. But overall, I think you know my opinion on it already. But straight away, I really like how the implementation of VR with these controllers is very good. It is very good. Even in the menu when selecting your airport, you have a pop-up keyboard so you can type in where you want to go. Why don't we not have that with the PCVR rather side of things? You know, that'd be nice. Anyway, let's see if we can hop in, and I'm looking forward to this flight today, folks. It should be quite a nice, stunning flight here in Innsbruck, somewhere I've been in real life many times. So, right then, so let me just center. I'm a little bit far away here. I think center is that. Yeah, I'm still far away. That's the trouble with this. I'm doing it already, folks. Sorry, but the image quality is quite low. You do need to be quite close. And these tooltips here are very useful for me because I can't really read a lot of this. I'm just being honest here, folks. You know, I'm not saying it's crap or anything. I think for people who have not tried this before and have a PS5, this is going to be a wonderful experience for you. But right, hang on, I don't actually know how to start this aircraft up, but it's just a default thing, so hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult. Battery master on. Oh shit, I didn't mean to start it straight away, but I think it's come to life. That's fine. Right, taxi light, that's navigation. We'll put that on. And yeah, overall the implementation of the controllers, they're okay, but I said this last time, it'd be nice to have a bit more like haptic feedback. And some of these dials, oh, it didn't start, are a little bit just a bit tricky. It'd be nice if I can just turn the dial. Right, fuel pump should be on. I'm really struggling to see stuff. People who say they can quite happily fly properly, not saying this is proper flying either, clearly it isn't, but you know what I mean, trying to sort of do things and use the systems correctly, have no issues. But I do need these tooltips to see what I'm doing because the resolution is so low. That's what I'm going wrong here. The engine master switch needs to be on. That's another thing as well. When you start the engine, it'd be nice to feel vibration through the controllers, you know, and even through the haptic feedback on the helmet of the VR headset itself. I don't even know if I've ever called a VR headset helmet before, but I have today. It's a first, folks, an exclusive. So anyway, I do feel this is all about enjoying this scenery with this particular release for the PSVR2, because that you can do. But in terms of some of this stuff here, I can read the comm frequency 120.1. I can just read that 2992. So I can read some things, but it's a little bit tricky. Okay, so we worked out how to look outside. I probably won't do it too much because it's a bit finicky. But here we are, just check everything. Do a sweep of all the controls, that's all good. And we'll probably just stay in the cockpit for most of this. Try and keep things fairly realistic that way. Alright then, with that being said, it's brakes release. Bit of throttle here, it feels so weird this does. And actually, how do we... Oh, okay, right. You're coming on this journey with me, folks, as you can see. In fact, if I remember, I think you can adjust the throttle using the controllers, but that's fine. So yeah, this feels really smooth because we're in a general aviation aircraft. Sorry about all the you know, all the names tags everywhere across the scenery. That's obviously a settings thing. I'm not going to mess around with that today. I just want to know how it feels like to attempt a half decent flight, a full flight, just using the PSVR2 sensor controllers. Let's do this. One stage of flap. See, that all works really well. I don't know why I've got this arrow here. I'm going to completely ignore that. At the moment I'm just using the hat switches, which do feel quite good, you know. Yeah, in fairness, they do feel like they've got a lot of responsiveness without being too oversensitive, so that's done very well. Whoops, didn't have my landing light on. Not very professional today, folks, sorry. But like I say, since it's been a while since I've shown off the PSVR2 release with PS5, and this is going back the weekend that I'm making this video, in about an hour or so, so I just thought, why not give it one last bash to see how it feels. Now I'm hoping I can control this by touching this, but I don't know how that works. I can't seem to do that, which I know you can do that. Supposedly latch onto the controls, but that's not working either at the moment. Anyway, flaps are going up now. We'll keep the landing light on and enjoy Austria. We'll do a bit of circuit around Innsbruck. And yeah, I mean, as I look outside, trying to be as balanced as I possibly can, because obviously, you know, I am used to some very nice VR headsets. This reminds me very much of a sort of Quest 2-ish in terms of resolution, maybe, well, a bit less than that if I'm honest, but the overall feeling is sort of Quest 2-ish. In terms of resolution though, actual raw resolution, I've said this before, that this actually reminds me of the Oculus CV1 in terms of resolution, and it would be great if there's an option to super sample it, but of course this is a closed platform and they want to get the best performance they possibly can. But doing something like this, we are in reprojection, but it does feel good. It feels very smooth. Now the PSVR2 itself obviously has a lot of mirror, but it's one of these things, if I had this headset all the time, I'd probably just be a little bit more used to it, I guess, you know. But looking at a white background, that's when you see the mirror, or actually weirdly with this, the mirror is worse at night time, which is such a shame considering this is OLED. This is Sony OLED. The Fresnel lenses, as I've said before many times, is pretty good in this. Obviously Fresnel lenses are not really desirable at all, but if I had to pick lenses from any other manufacturer, I think Sony did the best with the PSVR2. They are better than the Reverb G2 for sweet spot, and way better than, say, the Vive Pro 2, which is pretty awful to be fair. But you know, and I can look around a fair bit. I think part of that is because the resolution is so low, I don't really notice where the sweet spot really starts to fade off, because the resolution is just low anyway, if that makes sense. In terms of shimmeriness and lack of anti-aliasing, still pretty bad in this, but it's not as bad as it was. And the eye tracking, I can see it working. If I'm sort of looking over there, but then move my eyes to this the circuit breaker panel here, and then look away again. I can see it shimmering, then I look at it and it stops. So the eye tracking is working really, really well, which is great. And overall, as I've said before, I just think it's just an absolute monumental achievement from Asobo and Sony, and very brave and ambitious to attempt, and in many parts succeed, in trying to get VR on a console using the most complex thing you can do with a personal computer, especially for the consumer market. I mean, a flight sim of this magnitude, and you have the entire flight sim. I would have thought they would have closed it off and had different experiences, you know, maybe made it quite restrictive in what VR can do with this platform, like some other VR experiences in different games on the PlayStation store in the past. But this is the full fat version of MSFS 2024. It's exactly the same, well, sort of anyway, not in terms of add-ons, but that's fair enough as well. I do feel that even the marketplace could do with a bit of a clean-up. There's some awful things out there for sale that shouldn't be. I think you'll be a bit safer with the PlayStation platform, but there'll also be a lot less things to buy. But I mean, yeah, it's an absolute monumental achievement. It's incredible what they've done here, and this latest release, latest sort of version for the PSVR 2 that I'm trying today. Oh, battery is low already. Really? I charged them last night, but maybe it was the wrong cable. Yeah, but this feels good. It feels really good. It's very impressive. Right, anyway, 100 knots. I think we can climb probably around 70 knots will be a good sort of speed here to gain a fair bit of altitude. Let's see if we can get fairly close to these mountains. This is the DA40 NG, I think it's called. Fixed landing gear. One of the many very nice aircraft, it must be said, that's available with the sim. But I think one of the big takeaways for me is the sheer ease of use. I can just sit on my sofa, switch on the PlayStation 5 and be in VR. I don't have to mess around. I have to switch my motion rig on, and I have to turn my force feedback yoke on, and you know, make sure that my headset software is working correctly, you know, all the rest of it, which, you know, I do have a system. It doesn't take me long. I'm making out that it's really, you know, faffy, but it's not. It's actually very easy, but it's not as easy as this. It's definitely not as convenient as this, and actually I am actually feeling like I'm high up now, and that's something that if you experience this for the very first time, what I'm doing right now, looking out that window and just feeling the height, feeling that you're really high up, that is an amazing feeling. And for those out there that have never experienced it, you are going to be blown away. You really are. And ironically, it's going to look better on the recording than it does in the headset. I think the only thing that you will see is lots of movement as I'm talking. That's because I've got a VR headset on my face, folks. Same as a GoPro camera. You know, if any of you guys watch motorcycle vlogs or whatever, you'll notice that they move around quite a lot. Oh, William's up. Hello, William. He's just had an hour nap. You know, he was up last night. In fact, he went to bed at 7 o'clock and went right through till 4:30, and that's very good for him. So yeah, he's 9 months old now, little lad. But there's one thing, he won't be in VR for a very long time yet. No way. Absolutely not while his eyes are developing. I wouldn't recommend it. So yeah, look at this. This is beautiful. Like the snow-capped mountains here around Innsbruck. It's very, very pretty, and it's pretty damn good, you know. For the price of admission for this, it's way lower than anything else. Even, I mean, the closest I could do to get, well, in my opinion, a decent experience on PC VR is probably the system that I've been actually showcasing quite a bit, I'll just show you it now on the screen. It's by Stormforce. This is not sponsored, I'm just telling you it because it's useful information, okay? No conspiracy going on here. But yeah, it's £1,400. It's actually, you know, a lot cheaper than that before Christmas, but inflation's happened to everything else. Everything, guys, is more money, okay? Everything is more money now. But £1,400 for this system is still excellent value in 2026. It's a 5070 GPU running a Intel-based 1440 OF CPU, and that combined with, say, a Rift S or Quest 3, or if you can stretch to it, a Crystal Light, the experience is complete night and day compared to this. But it is also more money. It is. You're probably looking at around probably £2,000 all in, but that will give you a really, really good experience. I mean, you know, very close to high end as well, because really you don't need your settings on maximum in this sim to enjoy it. The settings in this sim for this are like the lowest they could possibly be for VR, but yet they still look good. You know, you can still have a really great time. And if you compare this to flight sims we've had in the past, it still looks phenomenal. You can go anywhere in the world, folks, and have actual photo scenery everywhere, in some cases photogrammetry, different aircraft. It's so cool. I just wish I could. I don't know why I can't grab that. I thought I'd be able to grab and manipulate this. Maybe it's just certain aircraft, I don't know. So with that being said, folks, let's head back to Innsbruck. And really my conclusion is, yes, you can absolutely do full flights with this, especially with the tooltips. You'll have to lean in. If I lean in like that, I can actually read most things anyway, so that's fine. You know, it's not the end of the world really if you have to lean in a little bit. All these things work, you know, which is great. There's not much haptic feedback going on, but I thought that would be a bit better. I wish these rotary knobs kind of, I wish you could turn them. Oh, you have to do it like that. I don't like that. I'd prefer it to actually twist. But in any case, overall, for what you're getting, it's a fantastic experience. It really is. Initially, it did really shock me. The lack of resolution and blurriness did shock me. I do feel the initial beta was worse than it is now. I think they have improved it, you know. I do feel they have improved it. And for someone who's, you know, you really want to get into VR and experience this kind of thing, you know, full complex flight simulation with these amazing graphics anywhere in the world, and you want to be in VR because obviously VR is the only way to fly, but you don't have a lot of money, maybe you've already got a PS5, this is still a very, very compelling way to do it, and it will get you into the hobby. And that's more important than anything else, in my opinion. It's going to get people new into this hobby. And if you are new and you're watching this, you are more than welcome. Pull up a chair. Welcome to this wonderful and exciting world of flight simulation and VR. It's a bug, and once you've got it, that is it. You are done for life. You really are. Right, well, I'm going to have to just use the sort of hat switch on the controller here, which I've been using the whole time, which it's not too bad. It is a bit sensitive in the pitch, but it's not terrible. I do like how I can use the pointer as well, because I can't quite reach it because I've got a dog next to me. Monty just sat next to me. He wants to go next, you see, so I can't be too much longer. Okay, flaps down fully. Let's see if we can do a little bit of a decent approach here and land, and then I'll have to pack it up. You know, I haven't really used it that much, and I kind of wish I'd used it more really, but I've just been so busy showing so many different things off on the channel that I haven't had much time to use it. But again, a massive shout out to Gary for loaning his PS5 Pro and the PSVR 2. I really, really appreciate it, mate. What a legend. Okay, now this is a bit difficult because I'm trying to flare and I'm close to the stall, and with the hat switch it's just a bit finicky. But we've got a long runway here. Maybe I'm just trying to be too careful. Let's just plonk her down, shall we? There we go, let's plonk her down. Oh god, yeah, that's I would recommend definitely getting a controller, a joystick or something if you can. But yeah, there we go, landing light off. Can I do it like this? No, okay. I think it all does depend on the aircraft as well, doesn't it? I'm not quite sure how to brake. No, that's... Hang on. I'm not quite sure how to brake, folks, so I'm just going to use the parking brake. If that works at all, I don't know. But that will do for this video, folks. Thanks so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And this has been the PlayStation 5 Pro in the PSVR 2 in MSFS 2024. A monumental achievement, without a doubt. And yeah, I'll see you again very soon. Take care, and bye for now. Right, Monty, it's your turn.